What's up, guys, and welcome back to Real Local People. This is the podcast where we bring in local people to tell real stories about the area that we live in. Today, we've got Amy Harper, who's a member of our real estate team, AdventuREalty. She had a long career before real estate, so we're just going to talk to her a little bit about her journey. Let's go talk to her. Joking completely. Amy Harper, been on our team with AdventuREalty for a couple of years now.
Yeah,
a little more than that.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
What did you do? I know you had a long career before real estate ever started.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do?
So in the year 1989, I was
Year after I was born.
23. Yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I started working for a new company at the time called Cellular One.
Gotcha.
And we became, through many iterations, Verizon many years later.
Gotcha.
But I started there in 89 as basically a receptionist at this place where we used to install car phones back when people had
Car phones.
real phones. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Super cool. And I stayed at Verizon through, almost 30 years.
Yeah.
During that time, I went from the shop, which is what we called it back in the day, where we installed the phones, just basically helping customers, receptionist kind of thing. Before that, I was also a receptionist at my orthodontist office.
Gotcha.
Dr. Meredith Johnson, who is retired and gone, sold his practice. But anyway, that was my real start in high school. Then I went to Verizon. There I was in customer care, varying roles, talking to people on the phone.
Perfect, because you care for customers.
I do.
A lot.
I have a lot of care.
It was a precursor for your later career in real estate.
Yes. So customer care, a lot of administrative roles. I finally transitioned over into the network department. We had a building out in J-Town in Louisville that I worked there and ran in the administrative role. And then a role came up and that was appealing. It was manager of network real estate. And basically what that person did was oversee the process of acquiring land for Verizon to build cell phone towers.
Kind of don't think about that, do you? I bet those towers are
don't.
massive. They need a lot of place to go.
They're huge. They can be as many as 400 feet tall. Some bigger.
Yeah.
Just kind of depending on where the coverage need is and that kind of thing. So I did that I started in that role in 96. And I supervised a team of people, attorneys, engineers, site acquisition folks, directed them to go out and acquire property, just basically get a lease with a willing landlord that would meet our criteria.
I was going to say, how does that work exactly? Like, how do people, if I'm some guy who has a big piece of property that they want to put a cell phone tower on, am I making some big lump sum? Or are they paying me per month? Or
So back when we were doing it, it was normally a 30-year lease that we would acquire on the property.
Yeah.
And the dollar amount really varied from $200 a month. From when I quit doing it in 2018, we were paying $4,000 and $5,000 a month, like on a rooftop or some other application where we didn't have an acre of land where we needed a tower.
So it takes an acre? That's another thing I was going to ask.
Yeah, depending on the type of tower they build. So if they build a guide tower, you need to have room for the guy wires that come out from the tower to keep it stable.
Gotcha.
But there's different types of towers that we built. Self-supporting towers, which are kind of like lattice towers.
Yeah.
And then monopoles, which is basically a big pole in the air. Yeah.
Well, now I know.
Now you know. And when you go on vacation or just even around the area, you'll find yourself seeing these big poles or antennas. And you're like, hey, I know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you do when you got down? I know you got through all that. What got you thinking towards real estate?
I had always had an interest in real estate. I had a family member that was a local developer, started back in
I knew that.
I think like the 70s, 80s time frame. He had a development business and an insurance business, and he built neighborhoods. Like there's a neighborhood right next to Jeff High. One of the streets is Robin Lane, if you know where
Okay.
that is.
Yeah.
Just little starter homes.
Okay.
And then he redeveloped Middle Road Schoolhouse
Okay.
back in the 80s, I think. And basically it was just a big empty building, and he made it into condominiums
Right.
and built patio homes around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a neat thing to be sort of attached to.
Right.
I always found what he did interesting and
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah. So
Tried
you already
to work
kind of
that
had it in
angle.
your head. It didn't just come out
yeah.
of nowhere.
yeah.
Gotcha. So what was the first move you made once you, I mean, was this, so did you retire from Verizon with like full retirement, and this is
No.
or is this?
No. So I had been there almost 30 years. I left in the summer of 2018. I started in the fall of 89. So Verizon went through a corporate restructuring, and they basically offered a buyout to a lot of the
Gotcha.
longtime employees, one of the old timers, and that was me.
Yeah.
I just was ready for a change.
Sure. Take the opportunity while you can.
And
Yeah.
I thought, why not real estate? And I knew some folks in the real estate business that I thought would be kind of neat to
Yeah.
team up with and learn from them. So
Yeah.
it just kind of happened.
Little did you know, one of them people would be me.
Exactly.
So what did you do for the people that don't know? Where did you start in real estate?
I started with Keller Williams here in Jeff on the Lander to Lap group. Lisa taught me a whole bunch of stuff about real estate, and she was also a good friend.
Sure.
And remains so today. And just taught me a lot about meeting with people and writing contracts, and we got exposure with new build construction, which was really neat, kind of how that process worked and how you can lead clients along the process of building a home and building their dream home, and that's really fun to get to do that.
I think it's a great. Me and you both obviously started in that realm, and I think it's a good place for any realtor to start. Even if you don't have those connections, reach out, figure out how to work open houses, learn more about that
Exactly.
process. Because I think working in new construction allows you to understand how homes are built. And while we're not
Yes.
contractors, we don't need to really know how to build a home.
Right.
It's good to understand how they work. So I always say when I'm one showing a house, a lot of times I'm the one pointing out the bad stuff about it. Like, I'm less of a salesman and more of a consultant.
Right.
I feel like if I can help people find the things that might ruin a deal down the road anyways, it's better to know it up front. And it's hard if you don't understand the workings of those houses and what can go wrong. So
Exactly.
I think it was a great place to start.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say? Well, I guess let's continue down the road. So you again, this is stuff I know, so I'm asking you questions more in terms of people who are watching you have maybe
Sure.
wondered around about your journey, or maybe people who have thought about doing it for themselves can kind of see how this process worked. But what was the next stop? Like, how long did you stay on that team?
I was on that team for, gosh, I want to say almost 5 years. Well, I left that team, decided I wanted to do it on my own for a while. And then you and I started talking about teaming up, and it just felt like a good fit for me. You helped me with social media, and we have access to working with Faith, which we love. So
Yeah, there's a lot of value in pooled resources in
Absolutely.
real estate, because there's things
Yeah.
we can do together and help out that way. Would you suggest so you were on a team? Well, you've been on a team for what, 5 of your 6 years or something like
Yeah.
that? Would you suggest a team to somebody coming into real estate, and
I
why?
would, just for the learning opportunities. I mean, and it depends on what team you select, obviously.
Yeah.
I had prior knowledge of Lisa outside of real estate. We went to church together. And I liked her, and I liked her family, and I knew that would be a good fit for me, kind of working with someone she's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And she was a great resource to learn from, just because of her years of experience and her wealth of knowledge. So
Yeah.
I kind of...
Yeah, I think it's important. You talked about finding a good fit for a team. It's important to know when you get into real estate, it's not one size fits all. There's a lot of different ways to do it. There's a lot of different ways to negotiate, to manage transactions. There's also a lot of different ways to find business. Some teams are very reliant on buying internet leads. Some people are very reliant on heavy social media. Some people work purely in their sphere, which is basically that's fancy lingo for real estate for the people you know, the people you're already around, people that know you, like you, trust you. So you work within that and get kind of repeat and referral business. That's always the ideal way to get down. So there's different ways different people do it. So my suggestion for anybody watching this who's interested in maybe getting into real estate is I agree with you that I think a team is a great place to start because it can be. The way I looked at it when I got into real estate was I know a little bit about this, but I don't know a lot. And the class doesn't exactly teach you, it teaches you how to stay legal and how to, how to do the right thing, ethics and stuff, all very important, but it doesn't tell you how to sell real estate really. And it always kind of made me nervous. Hey, I'm guiding people through this, through these potentially hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollar transactions, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's always good to have a mentor or a sponsor, and teams are a good way to do that starting out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Lisa was a great teacher.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people value her input on a lot of things.
Absolutely.
There's a reason for that.
Yep. So what do you say, what do you enjoy the most about real estate? Anything?
A couple things. No, I just enjoy meeting people and working with people. I've never been a salesperson. All of my roles in life have been more from an organizational standpoint. I like talking to people, seeing what their interests are, seeing how I can help. If I can't, I'm the first person to try to direct them to someone who can. Yeah. It's not about making the bucks, although, I love a good commission check, I'm not going to lie. But I just like people. And I think a lot of people, I think our job is to explain the process to them as best we can, with real life experience. Again, I'm not a salesperson, and I don't aspire to be in that sense. It's more of a genuine caring for me. I can't really fake it that well. I'm not very good at it. But that's
why me and you work well together. I think we have a lot of the same values that way. So that's what I tell people all the time. I'm not a salesman. I'm not trying to sell you on anything other than maybe me. I want you to use me, but I'm not going to walk you into a house and put you on the job like a used car salesman, which I think if you're a used car salesman out there, I'm sorry, it's its own thing. But it's I'm not trying to sell you on a particular house. I'm just trying to find the best house for you because it makes the most sense. If I sell you a house that works for you and is great, you're more likely to use me down the road and refer me to your friends and things like that. So I think we're more consultants than salesmen.
I do too. I had a client I had about a year ago or so was a young man who was really particular about what he was looking for. And we looked at houses over probably a period of over a year. I'm going to say we looked at 50 houses.
Yep.
And he really appreciated the fact that whenever he wanted to see something, I would make time to see it, no pressure. And I've heard salespeople say, I'm only going to show them 6 houses. If they don't like those, then, we're moving on. And that's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
It takes what it takes. It takes as long as it takes. Yeah, I'd like to.
And you can try to guide a little bit over a period of time like that. Start realizing, hey, we're going to look at this house, but we already know it has this and this, so maybe we don't look at this house because it's not going to fit anyway. But at the end of the day, if somebody want to see something, you take them. Yeah. I've had people that have taken. I've worked with people over the course of 2 years looking at houses. Not like we're looking at something every day or every week or anything, but it's been over a long period of time. And after a certain point, they'll say, "Oh, you're going to hate us. I know you. Blah blah blah. Let us pay you." I'm like, no, it's not how this works. It's not a big deal. The only reason I'm going to be mad would be if you work me around for 2 years and end up buying something with somebody else. So as long as they're sticking around, I don't mind showing several houses. But so what would you, on the flip side of that, before we go into that, What would you say, because I think a big thing that people look at real estate for is a lifestyle change. I think people see it as just showing houses and going to closings, and it's I would say probably 80 to 90% of our business is more on the side of marketing and finding business more than it is actually working in it.
Yes.
So there's some misnomers there, but I was just my question is, how has it affected your lifestyle?
It is a lot more looking for business than, like you said, which can be challenging at times. And that's another reason why I like being on a team, because I'm not in this alone.
Right. Exactly.
And, we can help each other and with faith, and that's a wonderful perk. But I mean, for me personally, I lose sleep over deals or home inspections. And I know, there are more tenured realtors out there who can let that kind of stuff go. I'm not there yet.
Yeah. It takes time.
Yeah. And it's like the late night, I always answer my phone, which can be a curse. I'm recently trying to not answer it after like 9 or 10 o'clock. Not that it's ringing off the hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just not something that I'm like Michael Scott. I care too much. But I do. Once things start happening, I'm like, okay, I am hyper focused on getting it done and getting it done right. Yeah. And, taking it to the finish line for my client.
If you're not careful, it can ruin a vacation.
Oh, yes.
It can ruin
Absolutely.
the thing I always tell people that are thinking about getting into it is that it's like I'm always working, or I'm never working, but I'm always working.
Yeah.
So I could play golf at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, but I might also have to answer the phone while I'm sitting on the beach.
Yes.
Or better yet, answer the phone and then stress over some inspection that went bad or something like that. So, I'm always very straightforward about anybody who wants to come into the business. And if you're interested in real estate, I want you to get into real estate. I love it, obviously. I hope I can remain in this career for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Or at least till retirement. I'm not saying I want to do it till I die or anything, but it's not always sunshine and roses. You know what I mean? There's some tough sides to this job too. But so I guess that kind of led me into probably what you hate most about it too. Is I'm betting that's your answer because
it kind of is. Yeah. And I wouldn't call it hate, but it's the things that are beyond your control, or the things that I'm a big believer in fate and faith, and if it's just not meant to be, then there's really nothing I can do to make that happen. I can try to force my will and my plans, but at the end of the day, I just kind of let things, got to let it happen.
And we also tend to stress over things a lot that never really come to pass too. So you got to sometimes just, don't sit and worry about it till it actually happens.
Exactly.
And that's easier said than done a lot of times.
At first, I was a nervous wreck. On my first deal, I was...
Well, the fewer and farther between the deals are, the more you're worried about that one deal you got falling apart.
Absolutely.
So, but you just, I think if you stick with the mentality of doing what's best for the buyer or seller, at the end of the day, it's gonna work out. Whether that buyer's buying that house and inspections fall through, they're probably gonna buy another house. So it's gonna work out eventually, and it can stress you out. But that can be a downside. I'd say that's up there. That's up there with me too for what my answer would be. Yeah. So. We're getting kind of late on time here, but I wanted to talk to you about one more thing you got going on right now, which is you and your husband just bought a business or bought into a business. Yeah. So I'll let you tell a little bit more about that, but I wanted to people to be able to hear that.
So back in November, my husband and a partner purchased a business. It's called Metro Promotional Services. It's in Louisville off of Taylor Boulevard. Sorry, just blacked out there. It's right by Iroquois Park. It's a really neat business. They've been around since 1958. They started out making trophies. Bowling trophies was really big back then.
That's what people did.
Yeah. And it's a family business. It was a family business. Some of the family members are still there helping us run it. They're wonderful people. But we do screen printing, embroidery, corporate wear, logo design, trophies, banners, signs, anything like
Swag.
that. Yeah. We work with a lot of schools in Indiana and Kentucky. businesses, just anything you need to put a logo on.
Do you sell to individuals, just like if an individual want a shirt made? Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. How do people find out more? How do they order stuff? Is it a phone call? Is it a website?
Yep. metropromotionalservices.com is our website. Phone number 502-368-9391. You can always reach out to me and be glad to hook you up with my husband, Josh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we enjoy it. It's keeping us super busy, but it's fun work at times.
Yeah.
It also we're really busy right now, so
that's awesome.
That's a good problem.
Yeah, so support local. There's a lot of websites out there, Vistaprint, places like that, but support our local businesses, and they're a great business. I should have worn it today. I didn't think about it. You just got us a nice quarter zip embroidered AdventuREalty shirt. It's very nice. I like it a lot. So
good.
Yeah, that's why we keep you around, the free swag.
Whatever.
Maybe we'll actually support the business and pay for the next one.
That would be good.
But yeah, well, Amy, it was good talking to you. Hopefully people watching got to know something about you they might not have known before.
Yeah.
And hopefully this kind of shows people that are maybe looking to get into real estate and hopefully join our team. We'd love to help anybody who's getting into the business. I've talked to so many people about going on the class, and we love to mentor you, to help you through the business. So give me a call. It's something I want to do. It's something I like to do, and we'd love to help you and help your brand through the stuff we're doing here.
Sure.
Some of the other videos which you've probably seen. So give us a ring, which leads me into our final thing. We're AdventuREalty. We sell real estate. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Southern Indiana, Louisville area, give us a call. Amy, good talking to you.
Thanks, Jordan. It was fun.
Yep.